Hello and welcome to the BMC Quick Course series. My name is Michael Cotignola and I am a Db2 Solutions Technical Consultant based in Montreal, Canada office. In this session, I will show you how to use the advanced search feature of our BMC Workbench for Db2. By reviewing this quick course, you will learn about the advanced search feature you can use to locate the Db2 objects in your Db2 subsystem based on specific search criteria that you use to narrow the result set to the objects of specific interest. This demo assumes a working knowledge of the BMC Workbench and the various perspectives. Let's see a demonstration of how to use the advanced search to build search clauses that define the criteria to return a refined list of objects. The Db2 Navigator perspective enables you to browse the Db2 catalog and display an object's properties. To generate and display a list of Db2 objects, you create an object view by clicking on the Add Db2 Object View button. This opens the basic Add Db2 Object View panel where you can select a Db2 subsystem to connect to, select an object type for your list, and type a basic filter to find Db2 objects. The filter can include wildcards. In this example, we will list all the databases by name starting with BMC in our DJJ data sharing group. Click OK to retrieve the objects from the Db2 subsystem and display the results. Notice that our Db2 Navigator tab has started building a tree with our results. We started by connecting to the Db2 of choice and asked for a list of databases by name that start with BMC. The filter adds a node in the tree on the left and the object set result view is displayed on the right with the Navigator toolbar enabled. Notice that our sample name qualification matched 80 databases. Suppose that you're only interested in a few of these databases, the ones created by user BMC ADM for example. You can use the advanced search to narrow the results to match that criteria. Let's try that. Click the Add Db2 Object View button once more. This time, after it opens, click the Advanced Search button in the lower right of the panel. The Advanced View panel expands to show more options that you can use to build a search clause. We selected database as the object type we were interested in, so the columns from the sysIBM sysdatabase catalog table are now available to start building our search criteria. The grid in the center is where you build the search criteria, with each row representing an expression. The column, operator, and/or fields display lists where you can select an entry. The value is a text area where you enter your search variable. We will now build an advanced search criteria for database names starting with BMC that were created by the user BMC ADM. By using the drop-down option in each of the columns in the grid, we select the data attribute we need, and the workbench guides us along to build the search criteria for us. As we add more and more criteria, or rows in the grid, we can see the where clause being built for us in the lower pane of the window. We selected name, the like operator, and a value of BMC %, and then added the and for the creator. The search clause at the bottom of the panel updates on each entry. Notice that string delimiters were added around the value for you. When we select and press enter, another row is added for our next expression. We can select created by, equal, and type BMC admin for that expression. Now let's click OK and see what we get. The search adds another node in the tree on the left, and the object result view is displayed on the right. It returned only one database as opposed to the 80 BMC databases we had in our previous list. By being able to isolate the objects of interest to just those that are required, it allows the execution of subsequent commands and functions to operate more efficiently or limit the amount of output. The Advanced Search Editor also allows you to directly key in your search criteria or append additional conditions as shown here. The only drawback to this capability is that there is no editing to the text entered. So if you enter invalid names or invalid SQL syntax, the Workbench cannot validate that. Instead, you will get an SQL error code upon execution, just as if you would when you were executing the ascendTep2 or a spoofy query. When you type a search clause directly, the grid is no longer active with it and becomes disabled. The text in the search clause is what will get sent to Db2 for processing. You can also provide a name for the view, and that is what we'll use in the tree chart for display purposes. Depending on the complexity of your search criteria and the number of search arguments, you can select a row in the grid and use the buttons above the grid or the right-click button to insert, remove, or change the order of your search expressions. You can set the string delimiter for values to apostrophe or a quotation mark, or none if you want to add the delimiters yourself. The changes you make will appear in the search clause as you go. You can also enter a friendly name for the view at the top, as we've discussed previously. You can use the column and operator buttons or the right-click menu to insert keywords into the search clause. The blue circular arrow button resets the text to the original search clause defined by the grid. You can click this button again to restore what you typed, disabling the grid again. Here is our modified criteria using a label for easy reference in the result tree. Here is our result view using a friendly label. You can hover over the label in the tree or at the top of the view to see the complete search clause that was used. Thank you for your time. I think you will find the advanced search feature of Workbench especially useful in Db2 subsystems with a very high number of object definitions, or when looking for a very specific object. For more information on Workbench for Db2 or any BMC mainframe product, please visit our mainframe product support page.